What's up, fuckers? World's okayest trader, and today's video is brought to you by white corn chips and salsa, because it's late and that's today's dinner. Today was a long, rangy, no setup-y day. There was a couple of setups, but for me and what I look for, I didn't see a ton. It was painful. It was a lot of overlapping bars. We see these, like, this is an example here, like overlap, 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 right? Barely a 2-point range, get a little push down, like it's kind of there, like this little range here. It's just crazy. And it was slow, like that was the other issue. So anyway, threw this range in here, initially had it at this level up here, but brought it down as sort of more price action developed. This bottom level never actually got adjusted. And in a range, play short, tight channels, which I didn't follow my advice there, but it was going in and out of the EMA. It was holding the tops, it was holding the bottoms. It made sense, but there just wasn't an actual entry to do anything with. Then on this little down channel, we have an overshoot, expecting at least a little bit more of a correction, and there was just no entry. We then push up into this high, and it was these bars that made me adjust the upper part of that range. So drawing the shortened channel, you got your low up here, you've got your high from that. So there's your low, there's your first entry long, your first entry short, strong push below the EMA, and created a matching bottom. Now, depending on how you count, you could reset the count, and at which point that's perfectly okay. Generally, I reset the count, but with that strong push down, now this was a strong push up, and then it pushed above the EMA and this overnight open, but that bar formed, yes, above the EMA, but that was a good reversal bar. So I took that as a breakout pullback of this sort of level here, along with a failed second entry long, because there's the high first entry, second entry long failure. Then there's a low first entry, second entry. So overall, I think that was a good trade. Now this bar closed above the EMA, but it was a really good reversal bar. It would be even better if it had finished red and closed below, but it is what it is. Negatives here is this is kind of an bullish balance in the range, right? We're not reaching the bottoms, but we are keeping the tops. So yeah, then we've got basically an hour of price action from here to here. Not a lot of activity, a lot of overlapping bars. We've got some breakout there. We've got stacked bars, congestion. That's it. So I did draw this line here, which was the channel down, which is what we were looking for. Thinking that, okay, if this breaks, we might get a new low. But it doesn't, it just sort of goes up. So when we had this here, this is a measured move. So from the low to the high, and then it took off. So this is where I was watching this channel. I had this overnight high extended from way back here. So I'm watching for a breakout of that level and a pullback. To me, this was an aggressive trade, but we have a low first entry, second entry. Now it's above the EMA, but it's also a failed breakout, second entry short, measured move, second entry short. Like there's a lot of key entry points in this. Now, this is aggressive. I would consider this aggressive because you're essentially shorting a top, but there was a lot of reasons that that would be okay. We had enough room to that range, enough room to the EMA for the scalp. And then as price action goes, we never did get the new low from this break, which is kind of why playing it as a range would be sort of best. After that trade, there was a little bit, but then I had to go. And then the rest of the day, we finally got some movement. Coming back. And then we have an uptrend. So now we're looking for a break, but we get the high, first entry, second entry. This is miles from the EMA. great bar just miles from the EMA. And I didn't have this line across there yet. I only drew that in after we hit this double bottom here. If that formed lower, it would have been great. And then we get another new high, push down, congestion, push up, and then we start to sell off. I can't see any reason to enter any of this other than pure gambling. And you know me, I kind of like being a degenerate gambler from time to time, but there was just nothing to do there. Maybe there's a new high, first entry, second entry. Now this could be a second entry long failure because it's below the EMA. But with that V-type reversal, it's really hard to just enter that and guess. There was no good entry. If this had have even pulled back a little bit and then dropped short, that would have been fantastic. But yeah, there was just nothing to enter into any of this. Then it got sideways after hours, and now we're continuing on this downtrend. So I'll be curious to see what happens in tomorrow's price action. But that's all I've got for today. We've got the 2 trades. Oh, mentally, yeah, so 2-0 on the trades. Mentally, I think that was good. A lot of patience, right? No trades from, I think I sat down around 9 o'clock today. So from 9 to 11, no trades. It's pretty good. A lot of patience. And then taking that aggressive, but everything lined up, so that's good. So I think mentally we're on the 2-0 game today, as long as it's and the trades are 2-0. So I think overall a great trading day. And hey, 2 good setups. And there's a book, Mike Bellafiore, 1 good trade. So today we got 2. So I'm happy with that. Anyway, world's okayest trader out, because now I'm going to go finish my dinner of chips and salsa. Cheers.